Well, good morning. If you're just waking up, you're right on time for the core and the hotspot of the show. Today we're talking about women and youth in leadership. If you have been following our digital group and the posters, you have seen this poster since yesterday and the day before yesterday, hyping you for this particular discussion. So please engage with us and continue the conversation. Give us your feedback, your concerns, and let Mheshimiwa here talk to you directly on our social media platforms, KUTV Kenya on Facebook. There's a live link there. And on Twitter, at KUTV_Kenya. Now I'm here seated and honored to, of course, host Honorable Wangui Nganga, who I said is a mother, a wife, philanthropist, business lady, politician, works closely with the children at the children's home. She's a chairperson of the service party. And a lot of you women are thinking, all those hearts? And by the way, she's also beautiful, beauty with brains. So just in case you were thinking the people who make it in physics and engineering are not pretty or well kept, well, here we go. Please, karibu sana, it's good to have you.
Thank you.
We are so honored, and I'm sure this is a conversation that will be ongoing even after this morning.
Sure.
First, people feel like I have really, introduced you, but they just want to hear you. They usually say, Pea, Mheshimiwa, wakati wake, wakuji introduce.
Yes.
Jack, welcome to the show.
I'm here this morning, very grateful for taking this time and the opportunity. And thank you so much for hosting me. Kwa majina naitwa Honorable Wangui, B Nganga, B standing for Bernadette. I am a mother, I am a God-fearing woman, I am a politician, I am a business person, and I'm also somebody who is really concerned about the welfare of our young people and the women in the nation. And I am so glad that you guys invited me to this show, because it really is touching issues that we should address and issues that we should not just sleep and not talk about. I am normally based in Nairobi, because I'm participating more in Nairobi politics. But when it comes to the issues of women and youth, I feel that it's something that we need to do nationally or even globally, because it's an issue that needs to be addressed and there is urgency for it. So I felt, even if I'm coming from that other side of town, Langata, I've come all the way this morning, and I am so glad, and I will do it again. You invite me, I will be here.
Absolutely. That's already an invitation. Please do come again. After this particular show, we're hoping to see you again another Wednesday to discuss now women in politics exclusively, and youth in politics.
And youth in
because
politics,
you really have passion for the youth.
Yes.
Now I'm celebrating you this morning as a woman in power in your own capacity, and who has a really strong vision.
Yes.
Because that is something that stands out for you. And I just wanted to, of course, when you're seated here with me, bring to the attention of the viewer that we're making progress in of course, women representation.
Yes.
Is it so? I think starting with Salif, the former president of Liberia at the time, and we're having, now the Vice President Kamala Harris, the first of her own kind. We have the first female Chief Justice of Ethiopia. That was Mieza, and a lot more other people. And now you're picking up, you're young.
Yes.
Are these other people that you look up to?
First, I would like to congratulate them for going out there and really wanting to take that bold step of being there and trying, not just sitting back and saying we would want things done for us. They've gone out there and they've fought for these seats. They're not easy to come. There are things, there are positions that you have to work hard for. There are positions that you have to be out there and compete with men. And according to the background that we've had as an African society, it has not been easy for the woman. So we need to actually clap for the women who are standing and trying and making it. And for those who have not made it, we need to encourage them more and tell them, when you fail, do not give up. Just try again, and it will be your time. Now we have the president from TZ in the country. And I'm telling you, this lady is so wonderful. I mean, I'm thinking, for all the issues we've had between Kenya and Tanzania, the first few months when he's in government, he wants to mend those ties. And I'm thinking that is an initiative coming from a woman. So that is a woman who's showing that progressivity of the East African communities.
Nice.
So she is doing a very good job. And I think even Kenya, it's time for women. It's time for women to wake up and go for those competitive political seats. They should not be scared. They should not be intimidated. They should go out there. And people like me and you will support them.
Mheshimiwa, I like that you have mentioned that women in Kenya should take up those positions.
Yes.
I don't know if you've had quotes like that things have been going on social media, like if we women are not invited to the table, we should take our folded chairs. Just find a space and fix yourself on the table. And I've also had certain suggestions of women on social media saying we need to sometimes create those spaces by speaking out, and that's what you're saying. Now, I was following an interview, CNN's interview, I don't know if you watched it, by Zain Asha. He was, of course, in the inaugural episode of CNN's One World to discuss women's leadership. Yes. And the woman that we're celebrating that set the pace, that is Salif, the former president, said, women now, the leadership of women is on the ascendancy. We're going up. But one thing she said is that men would want to stay in power. Yes. So you have worked as an MCA.
Yes.
The situation in the country, is this what we're still fighting?
Personally, I feel that Kenya is working towards getting more women into power.
Okay.
And with the proposed BBI, which will soon be passed in Parliament, it's giving women more opportunities, because it's giving, it is trying to bring women on the table on issues that before were not set aside for the women. On platforms that before were just put aside for the men. So we can say as a country, we are moving. It could be baby steps, but we are heading somewhere. We already have a Chief Justice.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
The
So,
first female
yes,
Chief
yes.
Justice.
I mean, like the kind of a job that women are doing is so commendable, and it's coming out so strongly that as a woman, wherever you are, don't be left by this bus. Do not be left. Women are coming out strong. And there's one thing we should always be safe about, and we should speak. When a woman is in power, she always uplifts everybody else around them, because we are homemakers, starting from the small unit, family unit at home. A woman will take care of the husband, a woman will take care of the kids. And I'm telling you, this is the same energy, this is the same outlook when we go out there. So once you give leadership to a woman, chances are she will deliver. So it is good even for the men that we have back at home. Empower these women, because trust me, you have a mother, is a woman, you have your own daughter, and you have your own wife. So let the men also support us. Let the men also support us. They should not feel like they're threatened by us rising up so quickly. They should actually feel that it is the best thing. Because once power is given to a woman, oh, you don't know what she can do.
Oh, you do not know what she can do until you put her in power. Yes. I want to talk about your party, the Service Party. That is such a unique name. Most of the time we hear some really political, strong, captivating names. But the Service Party, and then just how are you planning to bring in the youth? Because now they're watching and they're saying, now she's really warm and she's motherly. But then how are the youth coming in? How are you working with the youth in, of course, making them come into power? Yes. Yeah.
The word the Service Party, let's talk of the genesis of how we got to the name. We wanted to give service to the people. And I always believe to become a leader, you ought to give service to the people that you are leading. It's not the other way around. They should not be serving you. You should be serving them. It should be a servant leadership. If, as Wangui, is a leader in Nairobi, I should be able to serve the people of Nairobi. Hence, the Service Party. And that is where I felt so fit to be in, because I looked at it and I felt it's not about an individual, but it is about the society. How can you uplift this society? It's by giving them service. Where else to be be than to be in a party that really stands for the right thing, giving service to the people. And that is what service to the people is, service to God. So for me, I sit and I believe if your main agenda in the morning you wake up as a member of parliament, as a governor, as an MCA, as a senator, if you wake up in the morning and your agenda is to give service to the people that you're leading, the society will grow in a better way.
That's a new point there. Kenyans always like to elect people who eventually we see service for themselves, but I will reserve those comments. Honorable Wangui, I just want to, of course, try and make, certain positive comparisons. The former president of Liberia, I like to refer to her because she set the pace for most of our African leaders. In 2017, she stepped down.
Yes.
She literally stepped down. We've seen certain men in power who stick in power. And I have also seen that you, at some point, declined a position as an MCA, which was a second time into nomination, and quite selfless.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
you picked that.
You're
I know.
Actually seeing the service party in you.
Yes, the service party in me.
So far, with your journey into politics.
Yes.
What is your vision? Because now you started the service party and you're moving forward with us.
Yes.
There has to be a vision.
I know that is quite unheard in Kenya, where you're given a position and with very good and tangible reasons, you decline the position. The reason why I did that is because I felt that Jubilee Party had really given me a chance to empower me, to expose me into leadership. And I felt that position, I needed to leave it to another lady so that she can be uplifted. I had gotten my chance. It was time for somebody else to get that chance. And I felt by me leaving it, and especially call it an affirmative because it is a nomination, an affirmative set, I felt that another lady who really is yearning to get into leadership and to be mentored could have gotten a chance. So I felt I have gotten my chance. 5 years. 5 years is good enough. Being in the county assembly, participating in all the motions, participating in the legislation, participating in the benchmarkings, because they will expose you to so many things. I felt that I had gotten what I needed to continue and go out there and fight for a seat and give that opportunity of a nomination to another young person.
Isn't that powerful? Isn't that powerful? And one thing that I have to say for sure, why I was saying that our African women in leadership seem to be following the same pattern. Kamala Harris said one thing: you should be the first but not the last. And I also noticed that with, of course, the former president of Liberia. And she said there's a lot of pressure in ensure that you pave the way for the rest. And really we're seeing that in Mheshimiwa this morning. Now, Mheshimiwa, being a businesswoman, and being part of a construction company, people are asking, how are you balancing family, politics, mentoring young people, standing with the children's home? This is not something a lot of people can do.
Yes.
But you're still here this morning as well. How is this balance? What really does it take? What does a woman need? What does the young person watching this morning need to actually get this balance in life and still be really beautiful?
Thank you so much. They always say, and please, the men, do not hold me accountable on this one. What a man can do, a woman can do better.
Can I repeat that?
Yes, sure.
What a man can do, a woman can do better. Yes. I'm actually following in her footsteps, so do not hold me accountable.
So on this particular issue, I grew up in a family where my parents have been in construction for a very long time, so it's something that I understood very well. So even after I graduated from Daystar University in a degree of community development and marketing, I realized that I can also be out there and start a business that can not only just employ me, but also employ a few others. So I started an initiative that I could also help a few other people around me. But also from the experience that I had gotten from my family, I just gelled in so well, because it's something that since I was a baby, I saw my parents doing. So for me, it wasn't as hard, because sometimes experience is your best teacher. These are things that I saw my parents doing as I grew up. And for that, for me, I decided, in politics, you don't want to get in there with a mentality you're going to make money. No.
Okay.
You're going there to serve the people. And also you should have the capacity of managing the certain area that you're given. And hence, if I have the experience that I have right now in running my own company, it is also good for me, and it will help me to also manage the resources that the government has put under me.
Okay.
If it is the seat of women rep, which I ran for 2017, normally the women rep are given a kitty. You should also have the managerial skills to be able to run the kitty. You know, knowledge is the best thing, and that is why, as we are going on in with this interview this morning, we will talk of how the government is doing a commendable job by taking all the kids to school, be it a boy or a girl, so that these kids, even if they will get into different professions, they have the education that will help them run. Even if it's they're self-employed, they're still having a skill, or they're still professionals.
Yeah.
So for me, I believe, because on my own, I've been trying hard, despite this COVID period, which is really stretching everybody across board, the business people, the people who are employed. It's just really not easy.
Yeah.
But I have been trying to make sure, apart from being in politics, how else can I be able to provide for my family? And that way, when I'm getting into politics, I don't have the wrong reasons why I want to get this position. I want to go there entirely and strictly to serve the people. Yes.
I like that you have said we should not get into things for the wrong reasons. And I think the youth are watching this morning, and they're getting the point of experience and working with people to actually get the experience and build yourself for the, you know, the capacity, to the capacity you want, and now standing alone, right? Even women want.
And so that if you find yourself in a leadership position, you are there having an experience that even if this really does not work for me, even if I run for a seat and do not make it, I will have empowered many other people along the way.
Along the way.
Yes, along the way. Because sometimes we get into things with the wrong mindset. I believe having run a business, sometimes it has its lows and highs. So in politics, give it your best. And I know that's what I did 2017. Hence, that's why my party leader, Wangui, looked around the whole country and looked for the woman who could be an official of a party. And this came from the work I did 2017 and there before. So what if I would have given up? What if I would have not worked hard from 2013 to 2017, just saying, anyway, you know what, let me just try and see if I'll get the seat or not. Give it your best. Yes, just give it your best. Somebody somewhere is seeing your effort. It might not pay now, but one day for sure, your effort will not go unrewarded.
That is quite an inspiration this morning. Your efforts are being seen somewhere, and they will be rewarded. Now, I want us to close in a very motherly way, because a lot of people want to, of course, hear your stand on family unit, because this is something you've really been touching on and talking about. It's actually on your profile, very vividly on your profile. Why do you hold highly the family unit? And people have said in this generation, you just need to get your degree as a woman, go further your studies, and then family can come maybe when you're 65, 80, thereabout.
One thing for sure, there's no one who doesn't like being loved. I haven't seen anyone who would say, oh, I just don't like people loving me. And so that is the number one fundamental thing. If you have a spouse, you should love them and give it your best. If you have children, you should love them and support them. And if you have your close relatives, the same. Your friends, the same. And if you give out love, you will always get love. So for me, I believe I am one person who loved to be loved, very much so. And the only way I'm guaranteed of doing that is loving the other person. And if I do that, then they will love me back. But I cannot demand for what I'm not giving. I cannot demand for what I'm not giving. So for me, I always put myself out there to my spouse. I tell them, I've decided to be with you. I'm giving my all. To my children, I'm your mother. I will give it the best possible. And that way, I think even the family unit will gain its glory back. Because I feel like with the kind of stress and depression and economical hardships that people are going through, they're really disregarding this unit. And for me, it disturbs me, because by the end of the day, we would want a nation that is built on good morals. We'd want a nation that is found in love. And by that, even the next person to you, they will be waking up with a very beautiful smile, because somebody gave them a flower in the morning somewhere, and someone told them, you're looking beautiful.
Yes.
So I think we also need to bring the togetherness, because also in a family is where you find your comforter, somebody you can talk to. And these days, life is not easy. Guys are getting laid off because of the COVID issue we have. Guys are getting depression. You need somebody to talk to.
True.
And so I would advocate, even for those people with partners, and sometimes relationships don't look like they're working. Try hard. Keep trying and keep talking. Keep communicating. Communication is key. Communication is what is going to heal all the wounds that probably you guys are having, all the issues that you're having. And you can imagine having a partner in your business. I remember when I was growing up, we were in primary school, we were discussing, give the pros of partnership and a sole proprietorship. Which one won? Partnership any day.
Oh, partnership any day.
Any day.
Anytime.
Yes.
Okay.
Because two minds are better than one.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's why this show has happened, because these two minds here are way better than just these three cameras and I. And I hope you guys are talking to us on our social media platforms. Allow me, because of the homicides that are happening, I just want to quote Honorable Raila Odinga, who said, we are not safe until we are all safe. So that is it for the family unit as well. That is where the nation starts from. And I'm so glad that you, allow me to call you Mama, have mentioned that in the show. And thank you for gracing the WCW edition. You are our WCW this morning.
Thank you.
Come again.
Definitely I will.
You promise?
Yes, I promise.
The viewer.
Yes, I promise to come back. I have gotten my invitation, so thank you so much. Be blessed. And to the people watching me, in everything you do, give it your best. I am Mheshimiwa Wangui Nganga. For now, I am trying to work with the young people. I'm trying to work with the women. And more so, I'm trying to work with anybody who wants to bring change in the society. Be it a man, a child, whoever it is, feels that there is need for change, please let's join hands. Your voice, my voice, it shall be heard. 2022, God willing, tukifika hapo, I am not sure until if the BBI passes, which I would really want BBI to pass.
Okay.
I feel I am a strong supporter of BBI because what is bringing in on board for the young people and for the women, it is fantastic. Okay. So as Wangui Nganga, I am for BBI for only those two reasons. And please, anybody looking at me, if you're a young woman, if you're a youth, support hii kitu.
Haya, tumesikia. So guys, they usually say, the future is female.
Yes.
But I'm here to say, the future is here. Good morning. We are going on with this show. Talk to us on our social media platforms. I'll be right back.